Huntington disease, Todd here. Hey, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten a video out in a few days. Just had a lot of things going that were different in our lives here lately. Had a lot of rain. We've had had a little bit of a hurricane that came through. Also, we've, so that made me stuck in the house a little bit. I haven't been doing my walking as much as I should. So just a reminder, I'm Huntington disease, Todd, and I do have Huntington disease. So every now and then, the struggles of all this are real to me as well. I was just giving up in gloom and doom today, and then all of a sudden we hit our 500th subscriber. So I said I have to come on and do a video and talk a little bit about that, because I am excited for every bit of growth that we have on this channel. I'm excited for everyone that tunes in to watch. I'm glad that we all get together and talk. And but I'm just like everybody else. I have good and bad days. Sometimes you can get caught in the funk. I've talked about that before. But one of the things I wanted to talk about as another symptom of Huntington's disease is sometimes we can seem like we don't want to answer questions, or we don't want to talk, or we get a little slow to respond, that kind of thing. That's happening with me more lately. I've noticed it with my wife when she'll ask questions, or we'll want to have a conversation. It's becoming harder for me, and I'm becoming a little bit slower to react. But what I found out is that I can't really articulate what I want to say, like I used to. I could used to just formulate something in my brain and I could spit it right out of my mouth. Now I have a lot of trouble formulating it in my brain. So sometimes I just I just decide not to talk about something, or I don't decide to discuss it, or I act out in a little bit of, rage, not rage, but a little bit of anger or a little bit of a fit. Because our brains are used to receiving information and then pumping out answers and being on that kind of a level of life. And when our brain is slowing down now, so the word I thought of today was articulate, because I was an articulate person. I was able to live a pretty decent life, and able to make a pretty decent income, but I was able to state my mind, and I've always been able to talk to folks, and I've been able to use $100 words as my dad used to say, or maybe it was my grandpa. But now I can't use $100 words anymore. Sometimes I can't even think of 50-cent words. So it's something that when I sat down for this video, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to talk about, but then the more I thought about it, and now that I'm talking about it, it really is hard to articulate what's on our mind. Someone said the other day, in one of the, so along with the 500 people that are signed up now, that have become subscribers, which I'm so excited about that, we've gotten to 500 subscribers now, in under 4 months, and we're almost to have 100,000 views of all the videos that have been posted. I do the little short videos, as I've said, just kind of as advertisements or whatever you want to call them. Don't ever take those too seriously. I'm trying to show that I am out there trying to live life, and I'm trying to make things happen, as well as I can. But, articulating things has become a lot harder for me. So it makes it harder. So what do you end up doing? If you can't articulate what's on your mind, you just want to shut up, or you can't think of the words, so you can't say anything, or you just go, you just resolve just resign into yourself, or maybe you'll even, speak out and say the wrong words. One of the most frustrating things for me is becoming that when I try to talk to someone, even especially outside of the house, if it's in a store or if it's at some kind of other thing. Like the other day, went out and got a copy of that guy, a video of that guy's car when I was at that car show the other day, the Chevy Chevelle. And it was very hard for me to talk to him in a manner that was real professional. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of a surface type of a person now. So if your loved one or your spouse or, your family member starts acting, this way, where we just can't spit it out of our mouths, our brains start slowing down to the point where, information comes in but it's hard for us to put the information out. But one of the new people that signed on the other day, was talking about the fact, can we always remember that this is a brain disease and it's not a heart disease? And I thought that was very poignant. Our brains are changing. Our brains are giving us a fit, is all reality of it, but our hearts are still the same. I have the same heart for my wife, but man, you wouldn't know it. I mean, I feel bad about it sometimes. I can almost cry about it sometimes because she's the love of my life, and we spend all this time together. But expressing those things in my heart, doesn't happen as much anymore. So I'm sad for that, and I know that she's got a thicker skin, and we're getting through it. But for the weaker at heart, this disease can be rough. If you're young in a relationship, I just hope that you can, really garner up the strength that it's going to take. Huntington's disease is not for weaklings. I think I've seen that on shirts. Huntington's disease is not for the weak. But also, you may want to understand, this may help you understand your loved one just a little bit better. We can't articulate things as well as we used to. And it becomes frustrating as heck because probably, or most of us were articulate people. We probably could have gone to the best of cocktail parties and, been the talk of the town. We were able to carry our own. And now we stumble to say, fish sandwich or something like that. So that's today's video. 500 subscribers, which is kind of cool. Sorry I haven't done this video for a little bit. I'm going to try to stay more fastidious in it and get out and do more stuff if that's, But just always remember, the videos that I post sometimes can be silly. Sometimes they can be whatever. But the reality of it is I'm just trying to get people to understand Huntington's disease, get people to be aware of this brain disease that we have, that I have, and that a lot of you here have. So just always remember, we love you, our loved ones, and our family, and it's a brain disease, not a heart disease, because our hearts are still there. Huntington's disease, Todd, I don't even know if I should say come and subscribe. I think 500 subscribers is pretty good. But if you like, the video and you want to stick around and find out more about Huntington's disease, the awareness part of it is always here and available. So that's it for today. Huntington's disease, Todd. Have a good night.